It is homecoming weekend at the University of Oregon this afternoon at Autzen Stadium. A crowd of expected to be over 40,000 on hand as the Ducks take on the Stanford Cardinal. Hello again, everybody. I'm Todd McKim along with Ken Woody, and welcome to this afternoon's contest. A game pitting two teams apparently headed in opposite directions. Stanford comes in having won 3 consecutive games. Meanwhile, the Ducks have lost 4 of the last 5. They hope the home crowd and the home turf will be to their benefit this afternoon. Now, one reason the Ducks have suffered so far this year is a rash of injuries. Head coach Rich Brooks, in his 15th campaign, recently passed Len Casanova as the all-time coach as far as number of games coached at the University of Oregon. But he has been besieged by injuries so far this season, in particular at 2 spots, quarterback and defensive line. 2 quarterbacks out for the year, 2 defensive linemen out for the year, and there are also a host of players that probably will not play this afternoon against Stanford. One good sign, Marcus Woods and Matt LeBounty, defensive linemen who have missed the last couple of games, may return to activity this afternoon. Well, Ken, we talked about the quarterback position. With Salisbury out, he injured his shoulder. Danny O'Neill out for the season. Musgrave out for the season. The Ducks are down to their 4th-string quarterback, Kyle Croston.
Kyle Croston brings a lot of athletic ability to the offense, but unfortunately, up to this point, there's been a lot of confusion as well.
It's been tough for Kyle. It's his first starting assignment. The 4th consecutive week, the Ducks will have a different quarterback calling the signals. As far as the Ducks are concerned, what are the keys this afternoon?
Keys today is they've got to generate some emotion, particularly on offense. They've won 13 out of their last 15 here at Autzen. They need the crowd to get behind them. Secondly, they've got to run the ball. They have not done a good job of that this year. Maybe the fact they have a problem at quarterback will have them concentrate on Sean Burwell. They've got to contain the Cardinal offense. Although it's only 5th in the Pac-10, they have a tremendous amount of weapons.
Yeah, you talk about the Stanford program, and throughout the years, traditionally, they've had great quarterbacks, great receivers, running backs. This year, they have a tandem of running backs that may be as good as there is in the country. Glenn Milburn, the scat back, and big Tommy Vardell, the fullback.
Well, they're quite a load, and you can't overstress one over the other. Both of them can hurt you.
What are the keys for Stanford this afternoon?
Well, Stanford wants to get an early lead. You know, this crowd comes here reading about the poor offensive production. They need to keep the crowd out of the game. They've got to stop the run. They've got the 7th best run defense in the Pac-10, but the Ducks are last in run offense, and no gifts. They're currently +2 in the turnover category. Oregon's been real poor in their losses so far in that situation. Stanford wants to stay ahead in the turnover game.
Last year, the Ducks defeated the Stanford Cardinal very impressively here at Autzen Stadium. They would like a repeat performance this afternoon. When we come back, we'll have the opening kickoff. The Ducks against the Cardinal.